Hello, in this Dart programming video, we are going to look at numbers. If any of this looks unfamiliar, I recommend checking out the data types video first. Once you've done that, we can continue. So these are just a couple of basic ways of creating numbers, but in Dart, you can actually do a few extra things. So for example, if I create another integer and let's say I call this, actually, you know what? I'll put it into here. Instead of just assigning a value of 4, maybe we have a string. So if we have string, I'll call it str equals, and let's say I put 5 in here. So this is string, but we know the only thing that's in there is the number 5. If I put equals str, we get an error. It's saying a value of type string cannot be assigned to a variable of type int. But what we can do is something called num.parse, and we specify the string, so str, and that converts the string into a number now. So if we run it, we get 5. So if we've got input from the user, for example, and it's in the form of a string, but we know that it's actually going to be a number, we can pass it. So that way we can do mathematical calculations on it. Make sure it is a number, because let's say if I just put in hello, which clearly is not a number, that is just a normal string, we get an error. So that is just something to bear in mind, that you need to make sure that it is actually a number before you start passing it. You can also pass decimal numbers. So I'll just put the string here directly. So if I just do num.parse, I could put, I don't know, 6.78. And if I run that, this will print out 6.78. Again, we can do mathematical calculations on D and I now, even though they initially were formed from string. So that's pretty cool. There's actually a bunch of other really awesome methods that we can use. I'm not going to cover all of them, but what I'm going to do is provide a link so you can check out all the different methods. But I'm going to, cover a few more. So there's one called rounding, so that I think you can get slightly to round it. So if we use this, for example, so if I do print, and if we want to round this, for example, we do d.round. Now if we were to run it, let's see what we get. We get 7. So it has rounded it up because 6.78, this number is past, the halfway mark, so you round up. So basic stuff, and you round down if the number is smaller. So another thing you can do is check if it's negative. So you can do print. Let's say if we check I dot is negative. So as you can see, there's a bunch of other things you can do. If it's even, if it's odd. If we just do is negative, this isn't a method, it's a property, hence no brackets at the end. If I click run, we should get false. If I was to put minus here now, prints out -5, and we get true because it is a negative. So that allows us to check if it's negative. And as you saw, there are methods for if it's even, if it's odd as well. You can do a bunch of other stuff. You can convert to double, to integers, to strings. You can do something called truncate. That's the last thing I'm going to show to you. If I do print d.truncate, and if I run that now, we get 6. So truncation, unlike rounding, just gets rid of the decimal point. It doesn't matter how big or small it is. It doesn't take it up or down. It just gets rid of it. So all you're left with is the whole number part. So that's it for numbers. Like I said, I'm going to provide you with a link so you can see all the extra functions that are available. But if you understand everything that we covered in this video, you are all good to go. If you have any questions, feel free to pop me a message, and as usual, I look forward to seeing you in the next video.